we are finally about to head to Kentucky. It has been a long day getting things ready. I ain't even in the camera. But we got things ready, got everything done, kids dealt with. Tiffany's running from a bee. We are ready to go. Got this nice new rental. We're gonna take real good care of it and see how we do down here in Kentucky. Picked up 100 more acres and pretty excited about that. So let's see how this goes. Are you ready to potty?
Yes, I'm ready to go. I'm so excited.
Okay.
I almost got beat up by a wasp.
I seen that.
Yeah, it scared me. Flew out of the car.
Yeah, it happens. Okay. Here, take that and food. Some junk food.
Push.
We're off. Well, we just spent nearly, I don't know, just under $1,000 here at old Wally World getting our licenses and some, you know, food and whatnot. We got a 40-minute drive and we're at our destination, and I don't know, I think it gets daylight about 5:30, 6 o'clock roughly is my guess, because the time changed different where we're at. We're going in blind. We don't know what's going to happen. We got the acreage we used to get to hunt on. The middle year we didn't get to hunt on him. They were having issues. That guy sold his property and we just landed that property as far as access, so that's awesome. But we're gonna get after it. We got a drive, so we're done after this. Alright, well, it's super early. Everybody's still asleep except for me and Tiffany. She's getting dressed right now. We're getting ready to throw the rest of our clothes on, go straight up this hill. Basically we have 20-something acres here, 100 acres behind us, and 30 acres across the road. But this is probably the last time we're going to get down here, so we're going to see what we can make happen. And then, push comes to shove, we can go across the road if they're over there. That's sometimes where they're at. Well, we are headed up this hill. We have permission across the road here on 30 acres. That's all over there. And there's 2 birds over there, but it's really hilly. And we have birds we can hear gobbling on this side, so we have run of everything back here right now. We're gonna go after these birds, and if we get desperate, we'll go that way. Solely because those hills are tenfold worse than these hills.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're slightly behind, but we needed to be able to hear anyways. It's foggy. There's birds gobbling. So hopefully we can get us some Kentucky birds down. Well, good luck, everybody. Ryan's on the east side of the state, I think.
Yeah.
So he slept in his car. I bet he got cold last night. I hope he gets one, though.
There's a lot of hunters at Walmart.
Yeah, there was a lot of hunters. Last second like us, but you know, we're out-of-staters, so they bush hogged all this. This is usually where the turkeys lay eggs, so that's not really good, but alright, we're gonna get up here. Alright, the good news is we seem to be on time. There's birds gobbling at least 2 across the road and at least 2 over here. We do hear a lot of hoot howling, so I'd imagine there are some people out here, and those aren't all wild. But I've not heard a single gunshot yet. Opening day. Yep. These birds we're hearing up here, they're not on this ridge, they're on the next one. So we're just going to try to keep listening and keep playing this out. I believe they're going to be up here. Either way, they're around, so we'll definitely be doing a couple blind sets, I'd say, if we don't have luck right off the bat. But I've got work up here too, so I've got to fluctuate that between. So, right here though, this tree here is where, that tree wasn't there, but those bushes is where I was standing when I killed my gobbler here last 2 years ago. And it died like right here, so we know they work this field.
He's responding well.
Well, we're trying to decide what to do. He's gobbling right on this other ridge, but it almost sounds like he's either in the roost, mid-hill, or coming this way. Probably should have been recording for all of it, but he's just right here. That does not sound far to me. Heavy fog below us. He wants to party, but
He ain't got the vision. He heard you.
alright. He actually sounds like he's getting more fired up.
He's over and over. He's more persistent now.
He's like, I know you're over there, lady. Please talk to me.
Sir, the group finally got a lady. That other one in the back, shut up. Oh no.
Man, that sounds like an old bird. We sat here for about an hour listening to this bird. He never moved, so we think he was on the roost the whole time. But he was just below us. This is a really big ridge. We thought he may come up this ridge, go up that, or be in the fields, but I think the fog lifted off the bottom and he pitched down into the fields. So we're going to try to go sneak and take a peek. We still got another one gobbling on the other side. Right now want some antlers.
Oh, yeah, they're right there. They're just chilling right there.
That's a pretty good. They're eating. Caught us off guard.
They don't even know we're here.
Not yet. Kind of looks like a shed on our side over there by that tall grass. The corner by that cedar.
I see that.
Might be. I did have a lot of bugs last year when we put those cameras on the edge. A lot of shed bugs and stuff.
They literally do not mind.
They don't usually like that.
No.
Interesting.
Is that one gonna come over?
This bigger one's right over there. He's still staring.
Where'd that one go?
One right here, one right there, two right there. His ears are all you can see. He's behind that brush. We are in the blind. These chairs we bought are like super low to the ground, which is fine. They're actually really comfortable and they don't squeak. That's the biggest thing, is they don't have all the squeaking. But the birds we were on this morning, there was one across the road hammering pretty good. There was a couple right here. But this one that was closest, we think he was on the roost for a while because of the fog. And we're not sure if we spooked him or not. All we know is he stopped gobbling. We gave him a little bit. We started working down the hill real slow. And we thought we heard one fly off, so we'd never seen anything. We haven't heard one since, except for across the road. But we packed all the decoys, so there's 5 decoys out in front of us right now. 4 hens, 1 jake. Figure if anything, a flock of turkeys should bring in a tom, so we know they're around.
Fog just lifted too.
Yeah, the fog lifted maybe 20 minutes ago. So maybe if they come back off these hills and they see these decoys, maybe it'll be on. But until then, we're just gonna chill.
I need to put my shoe back on.
Yeah, she's got a thorn in her boot, so she had to take her boot off and mess with that. But so far, it started off good, but it's just been weird with the fog and how they shut up. So
We took a drive and it was pretty foggy.
it was super foggy. You couldn't see 50 feet in front of you at spots. We did see a big hen up the road from here, right, going towards the property we can't hunt. So there are turkeys. We know that. We've heard them. We've seen them. Now we just gotta kill one.
We'll get it.
I feel like it's gonna happen right here. It's just, if it happens like it did for me and James, they'll see these decoys and be right in here.
Yeah, they like this field a lot.
I think with that many decoys too, you have a higher probability of them not being able to tell if they're fake or not. So we'll see how this goes. I've never seen anybody run a 5 decoy set for turkeys.
They're pretty.
Yeah, we're gonna try it. Well, it's a little bit windy. It's fairly chilly this morning. Started out with frost, but pretty quickly it got out of the frost areas, but it's still cold. About 30 minutes ago or so, I've been calling every little bit, I don't know what you say, every 20, 30 minutes, roughly. We heard one way up in the...
There's another one
He's
this
getting...
way.
That was here.
That was here too.
No, that was... Did you hear a second one?
Yeah, there was
I only
one
heard him.
more.
Oh, anyways. So he's cut the distance and he's inside of 300 coming this way. And
And we have 5 decoys in the field. High probability that if he sees these, he's in here. But he's just now hammering. It's almost 11, I think. 10:28. So, the exact same time me and James killed. If he gets down here within the next 30 minutes, we're right in that time frame. But he's literally, I don't know, he probably went from, he's closer. He's coming.
He likes your call.
I'm just not going to call for a minute. Just let him come in. I would get that ready. Go ahead and turn your red dot on.
Perfect.
Okay, so got a bird coming, and we've just been kind of hoping he'll come back to this field. And he may be just doing that on his own, but I called and then stopped, and I'll call and then stop. I'm not going to call to him again unless he sounds like he's doing something else, but he definitely cut a lot of distance.
Yeah, he gets more persistent the closer he gets to.
He may be able to see this field from up there too.
Yeah,
So
the fog is gone.
it's looking like it may happen. I don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, but there's definitely a bird on his way. Yeah, he's starting to get.
He's noticing something.
If we don't hear from him. All right, well, we don't know what happened to that Tom. He sounded like he was coming to us, and we were only calling here and there, and we would just stop for 20, 30 minutes at a time. And I don't know, it's been about an hour, hour and a half. We haven't heard him gobble in a while.
He got real distant there at the end, too.
Yeah, he started to sound like he was either turning or going up another ridge, maybe. But I know these properties pretty well, because I've been hunting here since 2021 now. And he was right in the same area where I killed his low 9-point that year after the 3rd trip down here. I ended up with 1 deer. But he was in the same area, and we don't know. He just never showed up. So we're going to give it about 20 more minutes, and then we're going to pack up just the, guns and cameras and stuff and leave the decoys in this blind. And, yeah, we're just going to go chill. We got some stuff to do back at the place we're staying, some friend's house. And after that, we will probably try to roost them before dark. And then we'll be back at them in the morning. Our goal and game plan as of the moment is to come back here, sit in this blind, and see if we can get him into these decoys. And if not, immediately just go after him, because, that's really where we went wrong today, is we didn't get more aggressive up top. We could have got in front of him for sure, but that's in hindsight, now that we know where he's at. Yeah. But
Update on Ryan, same thing happened to him.
yeah, so it turns out Ryan's on the east side of the state, and he said they were fired up this morning, but they gobbled maybe once or twice on the ground. Well, ours didn't gobble on the ground at all until about 10:30. So, 10:30. But, yeah. So, it looks pretty similar all over the state. I get bad Wi-Fi here, so I don't really know how many people have really been successful, but from what I'm seeing on social media, not a whole lot. People were saying they were fired up this morning, but then it wasn't followed up with a bunch of pictures like usual, so that's one good thing social media is for. You can kind of get an overlay of what the state's doing. And in my opinion, the birds are just now coming in, so they're probably with 2 or 3 hens at a time right now. Definitely not as many broke up as you think. Another week from now, it'll be really good. This year's actually going to be pretty much on time, so hopefully we kill our birds now and don't have to come back down for a second trip. But
I'm pretty confident.
yeah, I'm pretty confident we'll get at least a bird or 2, but
And we still have the birds over here,
Yeah, we still have birds on a whole other property we haven't touched yet. 30 acres to run around on, and it's all hills, so like 30 acres of just mountains.
We actually spooked whenever we hiked it last time.
Yeah, that's true. So, alright, well, we're gonna give her 20 minutes and then pack it up, so we'll see if something happens or not. If not, we'll see you shortly on another hunt. Yeah, it's definitely a dog. That's not gonna help us any. I guess we can start packing up then.
Yeah, we're getting
There's the people right across there. You can see the people in the woods. Get them on camera too.
I can't see him.
They're to the left of the dogs. And they're not getting their dogs out.
Here. Can't see them.
Gonna have to. I think he finally hollered for him.
There's one.
What an asshole. He's lucky we're not still hunting. It's hunter harassment. Get!
Get! Shoo shoo!
Get!
Out! Go!
Get!
Get! They ain't scared of us.
Is now. These people called the police on John.
Yeah, they're about to have proof and
Yeah, we see how that's not the first time their dogs have messed up my hunts.
I let my boyfriend say, hey, these dogs, no warning.
The next time will be a warning. Yeah, I can see you hiding behind the trees, you dummy. He's trying to hide behind them cedars. I can see him.
No, we can walk in them. We can walk over there.
Good.
I'm not trying to harass people, but get your shit.
He's right there trying to act like he's not. There's a little ATV in the woods. That's their side of the creek, but it's turkey season. He's doing this on purpose. That ain't nowhere near where they're hanging out.
They haven't been there ever.
No, they've never once been over there.
Have my shells.
My pocket.
Okay.
I don't know what this freaking buffoon's doing. There's our whole blind. It still looks good. Yeah. He keeps walking, getting behind trees. There he is.
Get him right off. I'm still recording.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on camera real good. Well, there's the first bit of drama for us. That front dog, I think, is the same one that run a doe off. First time I ever hunted down here. It was a long sit, nothing was happening. The doe stepped out, and here come that dog and ran it off. Ended up having to come down here 3 times before I finally got it here. Those people called the DNR, or the conservation officer, on John, which is the landowner's son-in-law. Yeah. They called the CO on him, said he was poaching when he was back here in this field, target practice, and those people don't even hunt that I know of. But yeah, their dogs were just both in the field. We just had 5 decoys out in that field. There's no way he didn't know they were there. Humans, what a joke. On top of that, we found out that this property, we got permission on the property behind, which is 100 acres, but these people hunt, and they don't live there yet. They said we can hunt it, but they move in June, so they're going to start hunting that 100 acres, and to top it off, the only point on this 20-something acres where deer cross is this point up here. And the very top of that point, the 100-acre guy needed 30 more feet. And these people are from the city, so they don't care about stuff like that. So they're selling him that 30 feet. And they're putting a double wide right there where you guys have seen me for the last few years killing deer. So yeah, in the middle of nowhere, it's still getting developed. And yeah, that marks the end of our hunting down here. This will be the last spring we come down here. We're not even going to come for deer season, which sucks because, you know, we're friends with these people and you start to grow attached to them and you grow attached to the little trips and stuff, but you can't spend all that money and not have any opportunities. It was already tough hunting. It's going to be impossible with a house at the top, so it is what it is. We're going to move on. We're going to press hard to have a good hunt over the course of this week. And then after that, we got youth season back home. So 2026, we will not be in Kentucky, I promise you. We will be out west somewhere. Yeah, we gotta do something different anyway. So, alright, at least y'all are updated to what's going on. What a mess.
I didn't have plans to. Tiffany and the girls all went to town, and I was just chilling. Had a little bit of time before I had to do some work, and decided I'm going to go drive down the road and do some scouting, see if I can see any birds on neighboring properties, try to get some permission. More bad news. I know you're tired of me just giving bad news because I don't ever have good news, but while we were just sitting up there, the landowner's kid or something like that showed up. Oh, that guy's been hunting. Looks like he's been anyways, but landowner's kid, who's in his 40s it looked like, so not really a kid, but yeah, he's mushroom hunting the woods. We're turkey hunting, and you know, it's their property, they can do what they want, but I just spent like $1,000 to come down here, and I've got to work, and you know, just a lot of stuff together, and then this guy's chomping around the woods that I'm literally leaving alone so the turkeys can feed during the day and we can figure them out in the mornings. But yeah, he's back there somewhere chomping around. I don't know where. It's pretty unfortunate. I hope he gets bored with it quick and leaves. To be honest, I'm not even trying to be rude, but it was kind of inconsiderate for me to drive from Indiana to Kentucky and then somebody literally walk in right behind us walking out, and he's gonna go chomp around the same woods that we just left alone. So it is what it is. I'll do what we gotta do. We'll try to get some birds down. Like I said, this is my last trip to Kentucky. I am done with this state. I'm not impressed. I've not been impressed. I do like the birds. I like the deer meat I've got, but I don't like all the driving. I don't like all the excess problems and money it takes to get here. I ain't seen a bird yet though, so I'm gonna get off here, see if I can find some birds. Alright, well, I didn't see any birds, but there's a truck parked down there, and they're parked across from the field that's next to us, and it looked like a blind, maybe 200, between 200 and 300 yards. But yeah, so that's not very far from us. And then he's mushroom hunting on the other side of that, so he's probably pushing them right to that blind. I don't know if anybody's in it or not. I couldn't tell if they had decoys, but yeah, it's in the middle of the edge of a field. I don't know. Things are just getting really disappointing really quick. It's really ignorant. We're trying. See my blind from here. That's 300 yards. I just don't know. We're doing the best we can. Just ain't ever enough, I guess.
It is morning 2. She got about 5 hours sleep. I got about 4. Unfortunately, had 20 or 21 hours awake yesterday. It's crazy. Not good. Not how you want to start off this trip, but yesterday they were gobbling up here, gobbling over there, Yesterday we had a mushroom hunter up here, and they brush hogged a big chunk of field over there right before you get to the property we can hunt. And it was like right before dark, so I'm kind of worried those birds won't even gobble, or maybe they're not even in the area, but who knows? There's just a lot going on like the worst day, so we're gonna drift down to the bottom, get into our blind, see if we can get that first bird. If not, we're gonna get in there after him, so hopefully there's no fog. About 5 degrees warmer. Moon looking pretty. So yeah, I hear the owls talking. Let's get it going. Sounds like it moved, but it still sounds like a person to me. We had 2 goblin here, one surprisingly close. There's literally nothing but a barn, a creek bed, and another field and houses right up there. So these other 2 birds were gobbling. They were kind of firing off each other and firing off of me, calling a little bit, which I was more getting them to call off the gobble call than I was the hen call. And I'm guessing somebody got up underneath him and just started fucking calling left and right. Just a ridiculous amount of hen calling, and it just shut him up and he went the other way. So they cut us off. I don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully those birds will work back towards where we can hunt, because they went in a different direction. These 2, I think, are working up into the timber we can hunt, so we're just gonna pack it up and try and slip up into the woods and hopefully get on a bird. They're not gobbling as much as they were, but they are still gobbling somewhere that way. So maybe we'll get on one. It's definitely a tom. I was just looking at that bed. There's a bunch of beds here, and me and her have been saying we should look for antlers because there's a lot of shed bugs here. And we just walked into a match set, right around all this sign. We're not even to where we were gonna call from, but match set. I beat Caden already. But now, Caden's way behind.
Here, let me turn this around.
Just a little chip right there, not bad. 2-year-old. He's kind of heavy, but that's great. He's kind of dark, but look at that. That's all he's got for chew. That's it.
That's nice.
How lucky.
Yay.
Maybe we can look into some more.
Yeah.
I almost stepped on them. How many do I walk past?
I know, I've been looking on the trail. I was like, this trail probably has a lot. This is their hallway.
I mean, look at that color. It's like perfect. Like if you put that against this log, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You may not even see that. On the dang trail, that's awesome.
Yay.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
So we looped up in the woods, trying to get in front of the bird we could hear gobbling, but we never seen him. So we worked our way around, never seen another turkey. Decided to go back to the car, shed some layers, do a little drive, see if we can locate some. There's some turkey poo right there. And we didn't see any, so we go to park. We're almost in the car and we look up and we see one across the field they just cut, which the field they cut, we can't hunt, but behind it we can on that 30 acres. And sure enough, that's where he went. So we drove up the road, just kind of game planning. We wanted to see a little bit more before we parked it. Seen one strutting in the road, right up the road from here, going onto this property. So we seen a hen not far from that either. We're gonna do a big loop, see if we can call some birds back here. If not, maybe we can find that one. But so far, those are the only turkey we've seen. Also, there was a turkey strutting not 200 yards from the back door. And it might have been the one I seen cross, because strut marks, dusted marks, and poop, all fresh. So.
That was a hill, bro.
We were working our way up for a midday sit. We're just going to try to sit till the evening. Way up this ridge, we found a bunch of turkey sign when we did this loop. And we never heard a bird up here, except for the ones, you know, before we started walking. But spooked a lot of deer. Didn't see any turkey, didn't hear any turkey. And we were just sitting back bored. We're like, well, we're not going to kill them here, so we might as well, you know, just go sit on that sign. We know they're going to be on it at some point. And we're heading that way. We're about 200-300 yards from there, and the ridge right before you get to it has it's an old logging trail that goes right to it. Somebody just shot one up there. And technically, that's on this 100 acres, I believe. But it's too far for me to go up there, and just in case, because I don't have my Onyx for this state, I don't want to go too far and end up, because we have terrible service here, I don't want to end up across the property line or something trying to figure out if somebody was here. So, someone shot the bird that we think we were going after. So we're just going to chill for a little bit, regroup, try to decide if maybe somewhere along the line we can come up with some more birds, but if anything, we may just roost them before dark. And then still sit up there. Well, we might still sit up there, but
I mean, there's more than one bird around.
there is more than one bird around here. That's true. It just sucks knowing someone killed one.
Two
Or at least,
in a row.
yeah,
Two
that'd be the third one. Technically, the other ones were coming to us and we were sitting, but we were going to where this one was going. These ones were going. I'm hoping there weren't more than one. We didn't even spook them all either.
Yeah, that's not weird.
So then you don't know where they went.
They fly down, fly down.
It's hotter than shit, which is crazy because it was 33 yesterday, and it's
38 this morning.
we're sitting on cold creek rock. That's the only thing keeping me cool right now.
Frozen again.
But yeah, so we're gonna get our heads together, try to hike back up that hill anyways. We'll shed hunt the way up there just to make it worth it anyways. And hopefully come dark we can roost one. And in the morning, hopefully we get on one if we don't get on one today. Which sucks. I hate planning for tomorrow when today's not over, but it's a smidge early down here, I think. They're kind of henned up. Mostly in the woods. Not gobbling.
Not good competition day. The mornings are good though. The mornings are when they are roosting, so they're pretty fired up.
Yeah, they were gobbling really good at the start. Then they come off the roost and kind of just shut up. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
Good?
It's just water, man. It just tastes like water. We have made it to the top. What time is it, do you know?
I don't have my phone.
Oh yeah. Oops. 4:17. So We think it gets dark about 7:30 or so. We don't know for sure because we've been busy during the evenings and not paying attention to the time. So we do know we heard a turkey when we were walking up. We think it was a hen. It didn't really spook or anything. We heard a couple butts and then it just calmed down and walked away. So it went to our right. There's a chance it's going to come back this way with as much sign that's here. We don't know if this is a flock of hens or toms involved. We don't know. We're just going to listen, hang out, hopefully kill a turkey of some kind with a beard, obviously. And, yeah, about dark, we're going to slip back down out of here. It's a pretty good walk, but I think it'll be easier going out than it was coming up the hill. I feel like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of a whole lot of luck to do a midday. Like, we didn't have cameras up here, so we don't know what's going on at all. It's just, this is the only place that has a lot of scratch.
Yeah, hopefully this tells us where they roost and they roost close tonight after that shot.
I feel like this could be the roost or the secondary roost.
Yeah.
So, with any luck, they're not going to be over there, and they'll be over here.
There's a lot of sign up here, too. Everything's stored up.
Yeah, there's a lot of deer sign, turkey sign.
Same if we found those antlers.
Yeah, that's 100 yards back. So, alright, we'll see. I feel like within the next hour or so, something could happen. It's a big old red-tailed hog. Yeah. That's crazy. He caught a drift. Just floating. Where you going, buddy? He gone. Well, it's about 6:30. We don't for sure know what time it gets dark, but it clouded up and the sun is no longer visible, so we're gonna go ahead and work down this. We've not heard anything, but the wind picked up, so it's hard to hear in here. Just figure work our way out of here before it gets dark. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll hear them as it's getting dark, but for now, we're just gonna drift out of here. It's gonna rain tonight. Was it tonight or tomorrow? It's gonna rain tomorrow.
It looks like it's going to rain tonight, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to, but it went from blue skies to gray skies, so we're gonna drift out of here, and hopefully the morning's better, because we've been trying. We put in a lot more hours today than we did yesterday.
A lot of hiking today.
A lot of hiking. What are we on? Like, just under maybe 8-9 miles, something like that, especially by the time we're back. But
Yeah, because that's another 2 miles. I'm sure.
it's a good hike, so we're gonna head down this. Some people might call it a ridge. It's like a mini mountain, but we gotta. I mean, you can see we're well above most trees, so we got a good ways down, and hopefully not spook anything on our way out. So we going. Well, we work back to the bottom. We got a little bit of time, so we're gonna get some water, get to the field, and hopefully at least get some roosts on there shortly. We'll see. I'll let you fall asleep. This water's really good though. Morning number 3. We're just getting ready. It's twice as windy as it has been. It's about 13 miles an hour. We know that on the other side of this woods right here, that turkey was going that way. The neighbors took a picture, sent it to the landowner. The landowner sent it to me. I had just got up and left the spot, so I wasn't on my phone. and I don't get service in the bottom. And sure enough, luckily we took long enough. I think we weren't, we didn't screw nothing up, but he went up that way. So here shortly, that's where we're going.
Right here on the side.
All right, you just have that gun ready. Red dot on.
Yes, sir.
Safety off. Just don't move when he gets even in with some of these. He's gonna be by these trees. If he gets even in there, shoot him. We ain't waiting on nothing. You still see him?
No.
Okay, just don't move much. Just don't move that barrel like that. Keep it rested on your knee. There he is. Wait, it might be a hand. Yeah, it's a hand. I don't see a beard. Let me know if she sees us. Well, at least it wasn't him.
That'd have been him. I shot him in air.
Oh yeah, they'd have been dead. There's no other birds, right? That's crazy.
Okay, well, there's a hen. So there's that.
Well, we couldn't see what it was. We just know we were about to leave. And
She's still walking.
probably I looked up when we were about to leave, and there was a turkey at the end of this field. And at the same time, the owner of this property, they've just showed up yesterday. That's them, starting equipment. But yeah, they just drove right up in the woods behind us. I thought it was going to ruin it, but if that was a Tommy, it'd have been dead. I still don't know how she spooked so easy. I figured, unless she just knows this place really well and it looked out of place, but if it was a Tommy, it'd have been dead the second he cleared that. Man. Boy, what's that, freaking 15 feet? That's as close as you gotta get to one, I guess.
Yeah.
That's that in from the bottom, I bet.
Yeah. That wouldn't be the one that was in the field beside us, would it?
I'm thinking the one from down there last year.
That would be nice if she's back.
Yeah, 'cause she always came up here to hang out. I think she keeps her eggs up in that section we walked up.
Oh, yeah. That's
Still a bummer, though.
yeah.
Not a Tom. I got excited, especially whenever I seen it 20 yards coming right in.
Action's action, man.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. That's the closest we've got to anything so far this whole trip.
Yeah, she was a pretty hen, too.
Big in.
Yeah, she was huge.
I almost thought she was a Jake. I was looking for a beard. If I'd even seen an inch of beard, I'd have told you to bust her.
No, baby.
Yeah, that sucked. Well, I guess we'll do what we were gonna do and get up and move. Because we're not seeing them and we're not hearing them. They're just not gobbling. And currently we got heavy equipment in this woods behind me, so I don't know what they're about to do. It sucks. They're about to develop this whole place, so this is our last season here. They're gonna be hunting the rest of what they don't develop. Bummer. We still have the 30 acres across and the 20-something acres, but they really won't do us much good, especially the 20-something acres once they put this house up here that they're talking about. That cuts me off, so. Alright, let's go find us a bird, or try to anyways, shit.